There seems to be an outlook from people that a woman can't do something as well as a man. But once you can prove that you can do it as well as a man, then you've got the advantage.
Holly's hit the front, hot strike on the inside. Top me up, Holly's going though. Hot strikes on the inside and then on the outside, time to roll. But top me up, Holly continuing on. Top me up, Holly won it.
The feeling of being told that you can't do something, of course, deflates you. But the one thing I've learned from all of the deflated comments from everyone is to just completely ignore them.
He's fighting right back. Our Emily and Diamond Girl, there's nothing between the two, but it goes to our Emily.
Rachel Venniker. Rachel Venniker.
Rachel Venniker. Rachel Venniker.
Rachel Venniker.
Rachel Venniker. A length and a half.
I hope this lighting's going to make me look good.
Please tell me why. Why do you do what you do? Why did you choose to become a jockey? What's your why?
Well, that's quite a quirky question, the why you became a jockey. But probably the outstanding memory in my mind is I must have been about 5 or 6 years old and my parents took me to the races. At the stand on the track, when the horses came past, I had this amazing feeling and I just thought it would be incredible to do that.
It's a glorious day in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, and we welcome you to Hollywood Bets Greyville for today's 8-race program, where we've got some competitive races later on today. I look forward to being your host alongside Raheel Radhikrishna, and the weather is fine in the province, and we look forward to taking you through today's proceedings.
Coming to the 200 though, and Catalaya Summer's the one to get to. Boogie Shoes is running on from behind. You Deserve It on the outside.
In racing, we don't really welcome new people that well. And I was suddenly at a new face doing new things. And I could feel there was a bit of sort of tension towards that. And there were a few instances where that tension showed. And you feel a little bit like an outcast. There seems to be an outlook from people that a woman can't do something as well as a man. But once you can prove that you can do it as well as a man, then you've got the advantage. But of course, you know, when you start it, if a horse runs away with you or you do something, you're not strong enough in a race, they say, oh, well, it's just because she's a girl. I don't know, my first few rides, I was weak. I mean, of course, especially in my work rider races before I was an apprentice, I was weak. And instead of people saying, well, you're going to strengthen up, you get comments of, oh, well, she's just a girl, of course she's weak.
Sent on their way. Wildly in Love, Kalulo, Her Royal Majesty, Wizard of Oz, Soiree, Quirat. Towards the inside, Voice Notes. They spread right across the track coming to the 700. Soiree and Kalulo. Kalulo's running on Nakia. Safstar on the inside. Kalulo's going to win it.
Tell us about the feeling. First winner as a professional apprentice. Well done, Rachel.
Wow, thank you very much. It's absolutely overwhelming to have come this far. Honestly, I cannot thank Mr. Roberts enough for everything he's put into me, and he's had faith and helped me get here. There's also numerous other trainers, one of which is Mr. Puller, Mr. Wright, who've really, really helped me a lot get here. I can only thank the Academy so much for taking me and helping me get here. The riding masters who've put in a lot of work to help me.
Rachel, you were never not going to be riding. You were not having any of it. Anyone who wanted to tell you otherwise, you were not tolerating any nonsense. You've made your goal, you've made your dreams, and it actually gives me goosebumps to be standing here because I'm getting goosebumps and I didn't ride the horse, but just wonderful to see you living your dream and doing what you want to do. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, well done. Spot on, and let's hope many more winners to come.
Thank you, hopefully.
Lovely. That's Rachel Venniker. Absolutely wonderful. Lady of the game, and she's told anybody that wanted to listen that she was going to be a rider. She's going to do okay. and she's won work rider races. She's now won her first race as an apprentice, and she's certainly having none of it. She wants to ride and she wants to win, and we wish her all the very best.
There have been instances of tension, and it's more noticeable actually in a race. When I first started, as a young apprentice came for, a couple of the jocks would go out their way to make me look a little bit bad, and they'd pop you onto race and sort of tried to show to everyone that you're not that great and you're stepping in the wrong territory. And it carried on, I can't say for very long, because it was quite short until they saw that I'm strong enough to push my way back in and that I'm not going to take it being treated badly. And there's a much swearing in races, and obviously I won't say some of the things I've been called, but jockeys, punters, trainers, they have called me terrible names, and it's a very emotional sport. So you'll find after you make a mistake in a race, the things you get called are quite shocking. And the things I had punters say to me, trotting down to the start, there's a little bar or a sports bar as you go out. Coming back, I've been called every name under the sun. Terrible things by these people. I've been told by people that they hope I break my neck and die. And you're not going to go home with this. Luckily, when I started, it was the jockeys I dealt with, and the problems they gave me, and the difficultness and the name calling, the rudeness. But that's improved because we are now colleagues. But from the punter's side, sometimes coming back and you've got to just close your ears and think, I can't believe someone actually just called me that name. But it's something you've just got to put behind you.
So what did you do at work today? How was it?
It was hot, very, very, very hot.
Same as yesterday hot.
Cooking, eh? It started off fine until about 11, probably 8:30. Then the sun came out, and it char grilled us, eh? There's poor horses.
You're racing on Sunday?
No, Monday.
Monday?
Yeah, we got the weekend off.
My office comes to a halt when you race because everybody's shouting, she's about to load. We all change the channel.
When's the gold rush going?
That's on the 28th, midday. Yeah, so it's
I booked your tickets, by the way.
Thank you very
much.
much.
And I sent the invoice out.
Well done.
Yep.
So excited about that one?
Yeah. A little bit nervous, of course, but because there's a lot of money at stake. But, he's well. Apparently this morning he was very, very fresh, Mr. Cray said.
Oh.
No, it's good. It's pretty wild.
But I mean, it's such a nice experience because you're going to face pressure every month in your life from now on.
Yeah.
So step one is learning. This one will be a good one.
I'll wait till his next start.
I don't know how you handle it. I think I told someone, I don't know who was asking me about you, and I said, no, you got ice in your veins. You're so cool about everything. I think it was Mr. Labashane when we had Michael Roberts' lunch. Yeah.
Rachel growing up was unseen because we older parents, she at that stage, her sisters were kind of out of home. And if we visited friends, we insisted Rachel's coming too. But she wouldn't try and get into the conversation or the limelight. She would bring toys, sit in the corner and play for hours. And then say she's so quiet, is she all right? Not bored. She said, no, she managed it. She was quite happy in her place. And even in our lounge, I mean, Rachel was never there trying to get our attention, or she just did her own homework, had her own dreams, so I've not found out. Don't know. So when she said she wanted to be a jockey, what surprised me was her choice of future. Obviously, I expected she would become an attorney or an estate agent or a newsreader. She takes any sort of comment someone makes that could be perceived as putting limitations on her, such as a lot of well-meaning people, myself included, said, so you're at the academy, but are you studying anything? I mean, what if the racing doesn't work? You should have a backup. She gets irate. And I'm saying to her, but that's quite a sensible thing to say. And she just won't admit there's a possibility of failure. And I realized it's because of her determination. And I think that's what most of my friends and family have found so inspiring. Because I don't know if they're like me, but I dream, and then I've put it down and think, oh, don't be silly, you know, you'll never get that. You'd have to work way too hard. You'd have to devote everything to it. And then suddenly we've seen Rachel, who said, no, I can do that. I will do that. And she worked, like unashamedly, not ever thinking, oh, I'll tired that I'm trying so hard because if I fail, not like that's what I would do. She didn't hide it. She went out for it, and it's actually worked out.
Sorry if that was a bit hard.
Right?
Sorry if that was a bit hard. Oh, you happy with that? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, it's just flopping, pulling the life out of me. Hey. Here's one, eh? Thanks, David. Siobonga's stuck up the top. I think he's still got it.
Why?
Fell off, yeah.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
I made him just take the reins over her head because she's trying to jump on him.
Okay. Take 35.
Okay.
I want you to do a nice pace whip from the 600 on the beach, okay? Pick it up
Okay.
when you get past the 400. Pay a nice whip, bit of work.
Proper bit of work.
Yeah.
Let me just grab my stick.
35. So I could always see there was a lot of ability, and she's a horsewoman. There's a connection between her and the horse, you know, and I think why she's adapted so well to me is because she listens.
Good pace work, eh? And some Billy?
You know, she's very talented. You must remember that she did a lot of show jumping before, so the academy was just like a base for her to start off with this, you know. But I could see there was class there. You could see it. What also impressed me is that obviously her work ethic, you know, she'll ride work till 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. You know, there was nothing about missing out on third string or second string, and that's a big asset.
Perfect. He's got so much better behaved coming back as well. Remember he was doing all that spinning stuff?
Now, when she first started to ride winners with a 4 kg claim, we used to hear the chirping, some trainers, oh well, wait till she loses the 4 kg claim. Then the 2.5 came along and the chirpers were still chirping, you know. And then it went on and on and on, and they're still chirping today because of the 1.5 kgs, you know. But I mean, she handled it very well, and I just keep your head down, just keep smiling, and you'll see, you'll come out on top. Because, you know, in racing there can be a lot of jealousy and things like that, you know. And that happened to me when I went to the UK, you know. I had a lot of obstacles. And the trainer said to me, the day you got to worry is when people stop talking about you, which is so true. Shorty, you can go, mate, if you're happy. Yeah, the once and twice, you know, the owner said, maybe you must try a stronger or a male jockey on one particular horse. You know, those are going to be things that affect you because, you know, then you start doubting yourself a little bit. I must be honest with you, I was one of them in the beginning. I thought, you're going to battle to hold your own against the boys. You know, I'll be lying to you to say to you that I thought, oh no, this is a super kid coming through, or anything like that. Which, it's tough. It's, you know, it's not an easy game, you know. The gallops were quite nice, eh, Rach?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, the grass wasn't too hard, was it?
No,
too firm,
nice bit of give.
Yeah. What impressed you this morning about the gallops the most?
That little bay filly.
Oh, little change vision.
Yeah, she's coming along very nicely. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's nice. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we've got to start pushing these 2-year-olds now.
Yeah, they'll
I mean, you know, they had their time now. They've got to start showing us what they.
Yeah, most things
made
are
of.
coming quite quickly.
Yeah, I think so. Just got to be careful. You know, the grass get a bit firm because of the shins can.
But there's some rain later this week, so that should.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. And then of course, you know, we've got to start working. Although we've done the big colts for the starting stores.
Yeah, we've got to take the other lot.
The other lot's got to start now. So quite a bit of work coming off now before we get really serious. I have taught her a bit of little tricks and things to do in a race and different things, which, you know, a lot of things I should do, you know, she masters very well, and she's a quick learner, which also helps a lot. And I always say to her, My orders is only what I see on paper, and now I analyze the race. We sit a lot and discuss the races, where the pace is going to come from, what you should do and not do. She mastered that very quickly. You know, I could see, no, you know, this is above average, you know, what you're dealing here with, you know. And, you know, the techniques of, you know, race riding, you know, she mastered that very, very quickly.
You do have to prove yourself as a girl. And I know that physically a woman is slightly weaker than a man. I've worked as astronomically hard as I possibly could to get as fit as, so there is no mistake in how fit I am. Because I never wanted the excuse of, well, you're not strong enough. So I used to come back dripping with sweat. And of course I loved it as well. I loved motorsport. But that was my point to prove that you can't say I'm weaker than a man, because I've put in the grind to be as strong as one. So they might not have to graft as hard as I do, because naturally they're stronger. But you've got to then level up your game all the time. And you can never once sit back and think, oh, I think I'm fit enough and strong enough, I don't have to carry on. You can never be fit enough and strong enough.
I believe the one thing that makes Rachel such a successful jockey is her grit and her determination. You look at her and you're just like, wow, how can you be so strong all the time? Like, you're waiting for the fall down. And I don't know what it is. She's just able to be so respectful, so dedicated, so disciplined. She's so well liked in racing. So, you know, she's got a really good mental well-being and an attitude on how to deal with things. I mean, it has not been easy. I mean, she'll come to me with her Instagram and show me the messages that she's got with I mean, she's so good at just deleting and ignoring and moving on and realizing that doesn't matter in the whole scheme of things. She's so well focused on what she wants and so determined to get it.
Rachel, wonderful. There's your trophy, and the trophy cabinet's going to start getting bigger and bigger now. The smile says it all. I know the horse has got a very special place in your heart. Well done to you, Rachel.
So Rachel has been the most incredible ambassador in recruiting females. I mean, we have always opened our doors to female apprentices. We've had females come through the system, but like I say, they're let down further down the line and they end up leaving. It's not viable for them. Whereas Rachel has broken those boundaries and pushed those boundaries. She's definitely changing the face of racing for us. And honestly, it was for Rachel that was our biggest ambassador in getting girls.
I don't think anyone can ever pinpoint an exact reason why you're doing well. I believe it has a lot to do with luck. You know, I go out there and I try my best every day. And I put in as much work as I possibly can. And at the end of the day, it's all of that combined with just a touch of luck. You've got to have the horse under you to be able to do well. And you know, you sometimes strike up relationships with horses and trainers, but it's no sort of key factor. You can't say it's because I do this, I do well. It's a whole lot of small things combined.
At home, we've got, because of the editing suite that my wife uses, there's a big screen there. And she had all these photographs go up and she said, come here. I said, oh, what am I in trouble now? Come here and have a look at something. She put up a picture of Anton Marcus on a horse. She put up a picture of Rachel on a horse. I'm not comparing. Nor was she. She was just saying, look at Anton's knees and legs on a horse and look at Rachel's knees and legs on a horse. Identical. Near identical. So maybe she's modeling, you know, because she is good. She gets them to respond. She doesn't panic. We're blessed in this country and in this province to have good riders. She's one of them.
No, she's a great. She's a great horseman. She's a great jockey. She's a great equestrian. Put it that way.
South Africa's Triple Crown is on its way, and the field broke out well from that 1600 meter marker. Argo Alley jumped away well. Shoemaker immediately tracking across to the rail here. Shoemaker has gone to the front. Unzen's pulling hard in the early stages in second. Good Counsel third. Argo Alley. Then Atticus Finch. Lamorne is behind that. Money Heist is a good early position, 5 lengths off the leader. Eye of the Prophet is racing further back with East Coast. Jimmy Don. Behind that, Royal Victory. That's racing about 8 or 9 lengths off the leader. Electric Gold, then Golden Prospect, Rule by Force. Anfield's Rocket's got 13, 14 lengths to make up, and L.A. Maurice the trailer. 1,000 to go, and Shoemaker's adopted front-running tactics in the Guineas, led by 2.5 from a more settled Unzen, who's racing in second, and Argo Alley turns for home back in third. Then Good Counsel, 2 lengths away, Atticus Finch down along the inside of that one. Then came behind that Good Counsel. Further back to Le Morne, Eye of the Prophet, East Coast, 7 to go with Money Heist. Royal Victory's hooked to the outside, and Jimmy Don tries to run on. 500 to go, Shoemaker the lead in the Gauteng Guineas, Argo Alley on the outside, then Unzen. Royal Victory tightening up now with Eye of the Prophet, East Coast, and Jimmy Don, they coming from everywhere. Entering the last 200, Shoemaker's gone, Unzen picked up the lead, Argo Alley, Royal Victory to the stand side with Eye of the Prophet. These two divided out, Eye of the Prophet and Royal Victory. It's Royal Victory, Eye of the Prophet, anyone can win of these two. Royal Victory and Eye of the Prophet, Royal Victory, Eye of the Prophet, it's going to be close. Here it comes, Eye of the Prophet has won the Guineas. From Royal Victory, Electric Gold, Jimmy Don, then came Anfield's Rocket, and further back in the field was Rule by Force.
Rachel, well done on your Group 2 success yesterday. How's the emotions? Has it really hit home yet?
No, it really hasn't. You know, you wake up in the morning and you just go to track and do the normal work, and you think back on yesterday and you think, no, it can't have happened. But you know, looking at the photos, it sinks in, and it was a really incredible feeling.
You're only a proper jockey if you've won a feature race. And for me, I actually feel more relieved than anything, because it has been a bit of a monkey on my back. You know, you think, I don't know if I can do it, maybe I'm not a big race rider. But now that it's done and I've proved that it can be done by me, I actually just feel so much calmer and more relaxed. And it's just like I can breathe deeply and say, okay, now I've checked off one box, now it's about going forward with my plan, because it's always about, you know, building up. And of course the first thing I say is, well, there's only a grade 2, I've still got to win a grade 1. Then I want to win this, and then I want to win that. And for me, it's all about just always upping the expectation. So yes, it did improve, and hopefully my career will continue improving throughout. But at the end of the day, you know, you're still the same person you were on Friday, riding in PE, you know. It's just because I've won a feature doesn't change anything. I'll be back on Wednesday, I was on Sunday, you're riding maidens, and you still, no matter what horse it is, you give your absolute best shots of the horse, because just because you've done something great doesn't mean anything, because it can all be gone tomorrow.
We are proud as parents. We are proud of having someone in the ring such as success.
I'm not proud of her achievements in racing, because that already sunk in, and I'm proud of that she presents herself well, of her individuality, and the way she just goes on and gets what she wants. That makes me proud. The winning of the races is still like a bit of a bonus. You kind of, you know, you're doing everything right, and hell, there's some wins thrown in too. So I'm happy for her, very excited about that.
We are so going to be proud of her. She, you know, she's going over and above our expectations in our sport. I think she's going over and above everybody's expectations in our sport. I mean, she's world class, and that's what we produce here. We produce world class jockeys, and it's just so amazing to finally have a female like on top of the ranks. For, I mean, it's been at least 10 years that we've got the top female coming from the Jockey Academy.
You know, I've never found her to be abrupt, even with the success. Very level-headed, you know, and that is, I think, what people like about her. You know, she speaks very well, and, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, if it's the tea lady, she always got time to speak to anybody who wants to have a chat with her.
That's beautiful. In closing, what do you want to say about her as a jockey?
Well, tough one. I just want to wish her all the very best, because it's a tough one.
You're making me look up.
No, I just want to wish her all the very best, and she deserves it. She's worked hard, and I just hope she stay the same person what she is now, and I'm sure she will.